Hello. I wanted to go over a feature that we added into the application for our Vicinity 3.33 release. Specifically, that's our December 2020 release. And I want to talk a bit about parameters, and specifically batch parameters. We added the ability to record multiple results against the batch parameter during batch entry. And let me talk a little bit about that. First off, just to remind you about parameters, a year or two ago, we added the ability to have, in effect, user-defined fields set up on the master formula, things like times and temperatures and number of people and maybe machine settings and things like that. That has been around for a long time, where you can define that information, print it on a batch ticket, etc. So you could set up different operating parameters on a piece of equipment or the number of people you need or things like that. And it's really unlimited in the number of those. Then a release or so ago, we added the ability to add a result to a batch. So for example, I've got a parameter set up for this stage in the batch, in my final mixing stage. I've got a parameter set up to record temperature. What we added in this release is the ability to add multiple results. So over time, you could record one value now, and maybe an hour later another value, and another value, etc. So you can have as many values as you want to, results as you want to, against a single batch, or for that matter, even a parameter within a batch. So in this case, I've got a parameter that was defined on the master formula for temperature with a default value of 140, and as I'm going through the batch, I could record actual values associated with it, recording who put in this value, as well as the date and time, and any notes that you want to apply at that time. Let's assume that either later or you want to add another result. Maybe an hour later they took another result and wrote it on the batch ticket. Now I'm recording it, or maybe I'm recording this as I go. I can actually come in back to the parameter area and hit add result, and now I can add another result, giving me an additional date and time stamp on this. Now, all of this data will be available, of course, on this batch ticket. You could print it on a batch ticket if you wanted, at like a post-mortem after the fact batch report. That would be one option. You'd also be able to see all these results in Vicinity view, so you could query over time what these results would be. Now, remember, you can have really as many parameters as you want, and you can tie them either at the formula procedure level. So here, the premix or final mixing, those two different procedures that I've got, unit procedures I have on the formula. You can also add them based on the operation or the phase, and then you can also do it at a batch level, the total batch level, so not just the line items on the batch. So a lot of different ways we can go with these parameters. Give us some feedback. We'd love to hear kind of how you're using it and what we might be able to do better. But this gives us the ability to start recording operational data that occurred through the life of the batch. It could be recorded real time as you're entering the batch or processing the batch, or it could be something printed on the batch ticket where they're just collecting data on a printed batch ticket. When it comes into an office somewhere, all of this data could be keyed and recorded and archived against that specific batch. Anyway, we hope that helps. Let us know how we can do to help. If you need some advice or training on how to set that up, give us a shout. We're happy to help you out. Talk to you soon. Have a great